Hello and welcome. So I'm sure that you know that I get on the regular a ton of questions around how to make your fragrance last longer, how to apply your fragrance, what do I consider the best layering products, whether it's body lotions or, just in general perfume oils. I do get those questions all the time. So I figured, I would just put a video together where I answered all of your questions. And I also shared with you some little secrets of using fragrances, right? Like through the years of using fragrances, as I've told you before, I'm not an expert, but through the years of using fragrances, there are things that have worked for me and others that have not. So today I want to share with you a couple of things that I know are really, really important to know when you're applying fragrances, using fragrances, wearing fragrances, and other products, other scented products. But before we jump right in, if this is your first time here, I'm Arahi, and I'm your fragrance concierge because I'm totally committed to creating the best fragrance experience for you. I upload videos multiple times a week, and on this channel, we love to talk about all types of fragrances. So if that sounds like the type of content that you're interested in and like a good plan, then please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, leave a comment. Let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and start with some hacks that apply to the wear of your fragrance, as in how to make your fragrance last longer, how to best layer products to make sure that your fragrance lasts longer. So the first thing is, it is very important to, of course, before you apply a fragrance, it is important to have clean skin. Make sure that you have removed all dead skin cells, and I've covered that with you in previous videos, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. But I am going to recommend that you at least try to exfoliate your skin a couple of times a week. I have another video that I will link right up here where I talk about several body scrubs that I really, really recommend. And today I do have a couple that I will share with you later on. So the first thing is to take a good shower or bath. And for me, a good scented experience, a good fragrance experience starts with your shower or bath. And it just becomes like something that you really, really enjoy. So when it comes to shower products, I want to recommend several different products. There are body washes, body lotions, body butters, perfume oils. So I'm going to go ahead and recommend those now. And as I go along, I'll talk to you about them a little bit. So the first one would be, it's a very, very affordable product, but when I tell you that this works so beautifully, and of course, needless to say, I will leave a link and a discount code wherever I have one in the description box of this video for all of the products that I discuss with you today. So this one is from Olay, and this is a body wash. And this one is orchid and blackcurrant. And I know that you can't see it because it won't allow, to see through the bottle, but this is almost empty. I am absolutely in love with these body washes because while I've spent so many years spending quite a bit of coin, for body washes that are scented, but that at the same time really clean my skin, I find that this is an incredible value. You just can't go wrong with these Olay body washes. And my favorites are orchid and blackcurrant. There's also one that has mango. There's a pomegranate one, and there is a lavender one that can rival any high-end lavender body wash. So I highly, highly recommend the Olay body washes. So I'm not sharing these products in any particular order. I just want to make sure that I just share with you products that I've been loving for the past 6 months and that I highly recommend. And this next one is, when I tell you, this is one that you really need to get a hold of. So this is from Bubble Bistro. And I had shared this product with you during a Chatty Scent Corner, maybe about 3 or 4 months ago. And this is a scented body products line that I have fallen in love with because the quality is unbelievable. So they have what they call body frostings, and this one right here is my favorite. This one is called Aura. And then they also have body butters, and this one is oatmeal honey. This one is my favorite. But what I love about their products is that when you apply them on your skin, you can really tell that they have been made with really exquisite ingredients. I am not affiliated with them at all, but these are products that I have been absolutely loving. They were sent to me by a fam member, and I can't thank her. I can't thank her enough because they really are incredible. And what I also love about them is that they leave a sheen on your skin that is absolutely beautiful. You can only really pick up these products, I think, is still the case, on their website. And of course, I will leave a link to their website in the description box of this video. The other thing that you need to know about them is that they don't make their products in mass quantities. They make fresh batches on a daily basis, which is basically kind of unheard of at this point. And because they do that, there's quite a rotation of like different scents and different combinations of scents. It's just an absolutely exquisite experience. So if you want to enhance your layering products experience and make sure that your fragrance lasts longer, you may want to look into Bubble Bistro and the different products that they offer. These are my two favorites, the body frostings and the body butters, but they also have perfume oils. They have body scrubs, that are incredible. And they have bath bombs that will just infuse your entire bathroom and just put you in a state of bliss. So make sure to check them out. And to top it all off, they are extremely reasonably priced, because I do have some products that I'm going to be sharing with you later that are more on the pricier side. And I must say that Bubble Bistro can give them definitely a run because they can compete. So make sure to give Bubble Bistro a quick look. The next product that I want to recommend, and this is not new to my collection, but this is from Philosophy. And I know this bottle looks kind of ridiculous. I understand, but I'm at the end of this one, but I have like 3 more, so I'm not concerned. You know how I've been telling you that I'm in my fig era? Well, Philosophy has a body wash and a body cream called Sweet Vanilla Fig. When I tell you, this is such a pleasure to shower with and or take a bath, because I don't know if you're familiar with Philosophy, but when you buy their, what we would call like bath or shower products, they are typically designed for you to use them as a shower gel or as a bath product, like for your bath bubbles, not just for bubbles, but to cleanse yourself and at the same time, like get that bubble effect from it. And you can even wash your hair with them. But when I tell you, I just love to shower and or bathe with this because the scent is just so exquisite. But I find that this is just an example, because I find that to be the case with most Philosophy products. Like when they say that they're going to do mango, you're going to smell mango as you shower. The entire experience is so uplifting and invigorating because you are going to have a very, very nice scented experience starting with the shower. And once you come out, you are going to come out smelling like mango, but not in an obnoxious way, because that's one thing that I don't like. I don't like to come out of the shower and have such an intense scent from my body wash that it makes me feel like, did I not rinse properly? You know what I mean? So it's just a very, very smooth scent that pairs very nicely with your other products, with the other products that you would typically use after your shower. Now, next I want to share with you a line that is not going to come as a surprise if you've been with me for a while, because I typically talk about this line anytime I have a video such as this. I definitely always recommend Molten Brown because I absolutely love Molten Brown. And let's talk about it. So this is the body wash, and I wanted to pull for you today. This one is Mesmerizing Oud Accord. And this is the body lotion, which is also for the Mesmerizing Oud Accord. And what I love about these products is that, again, when you use them in the shower and then you come out of the shower and you apply the body lotion, your skin will not only be nourished, it doesn't leave like a sheen finish. like, you know, Bubble Bistro products do, which is what I love about them. And actually, I've even like used my Molten Brown products and then used like a Bubble Bistro lotion on top of that, or one of their perfume oils, and it works magnificently. It just emphasizes and just the overall experience. I'm all about the experience, okay? So the overall experience is quite lovely. But when it comes to Molten Brown, you know, it does give me a perfect clean finish. And then when I apply the lotion, the scent is smooth. And the thing about Molten Brown is that they have such a portfolio of different notes within their body care line. I mean, you will find everything. You will find tuberose, jasmine, sunflower, peach, mango, all types, fruits and flowers and woody notes. There's sandalwood, there's patchouli. So I have quite the collection of Molten Brown. And what I do is I don't wait till I run out, because I really don't like to run out. And I use them at a rate. As you can see, this is Mesmerizing Oud, the body wash, and it's almost gone. And this is the body lotion, and it's halfway. So typically I'll buy 2 of these and 1 of the lotion, and that'll last me a good 6 months. So I highly, highly recommend Molten Brown. And Mesmerizing Oud is one of my favorites, because for a very long time, I'm an oud lover, but I don't want to smell like barnyard oud, you know? And for a long time, I tried different products and none of them worked, because at the end, I would kind of smell like barnyardish. That is not what I want. So I find that with Molten Brown, this is such an exquisitely done oud scent, very smooth, very sophisticated, just incredibly beautiful. And that is the perfect layering foundation for your next step, or for when you spray your fragrance. Quickly, another product that I do want to recommend from Molten Brown, and I have talked about this one before, is their Milk Musk. And this is the body wash of the Milk Musk. This one is empty also. I mean, you can hear how hollow it is at this point, but I do have another bottle. But Milk Musk, the body wash and the body lotion, are products that I always have available, because whenever I'm going to apply a fragrance that is heavy on the musk without being animalic, this is the foundation product that I use for my shower and for, to make sure that my skin is nourished. And it's just so beautifully. This is like a milky musk, by the way, so just keep that in mind. But if you're into musk fragrances, let me tell you, this is incredible. If you use this as the foundation product to any of those Byredo fragrances that we love, you can thank me later. This next one, and I'm going to move really quickly because I've discussed this one also. This is from Nest, and Nest has the perfume oils and they also have the body mist. I own them all because I absolutely love their performance. And this one is my favorite. This is Santa Barbara Strawberry. I have the perfume oil and the body mist, and I've discussed this before. I love it because I spent so much time looking for a very realistic, juicy, ripe, sweet, very realistic strawberry note in a scented body product, and I couldn't find it pretty much anywhere. It always had a tad of like a synthetic scent to me, at least to my nose and on my skin. But these products, incredible. So I highly recommend, and not just the strawberry, if you try the coconut, the Balinese, I think it's called coconut, and the Madagascar vanilla one, incredible. But they also have jasmine, they have rose, they have several, and I can't recommend them highly enough. Now, keep in mind that these products that I'm sharing with you are all what I would call foundational scented body care products that will enhance your fragrance experience for sure, because once you spray that fragrance after showering and then nourishing your skin with these products, you just can't go wrong. And what you want to make sure that you do is that you select, let's say that you have, several Dove body washes. You want to make sure that you select one that is in line with most optimally the most dominant note within the fragrance that you are planning to wear for the day, or at least that it is a note that plays a key role. So you want to, for example, if you're using a fragrance that has a very strong presence of like blackcurrant, then you want to make sure that you pull the orchid and blackcurrant, because that's the only way that it comes combined. But it's really more about the blackcurrant, believe me. Then you want to make sure that you shower with the Dove blackcurrant. But the next product that I want to discuss with you will also not come as a surprise, because every time I have a discussion around scented body products, I have to talk about Lush, because wow. So Lush, in my opinion, has everything that you may need to ensure that you have an incredibly beautiful scented experience, right? They have body washes, body scrubs, they have bars of soap, they have body mist, which is my favorite product. So, and they also have fragrances. They have perfume oils, but they also have fragrances. But for me, the best product that Lush has is the body spray. And this one is the one that, as soon as I start to get that hint of fall, this is the one that I pull. And this one is Let the Good Times Roll. So Let the Good Times Roll is all about the fall season for me. I mean, this is perfection for the fall. This is supposed to be, if I recall correctly, like a buttered popcorn type of scent. Well, no, this, I do get the buttered popcorn, but this gives me fall in a bottle. Like all that spiciness, all that warmth, all that yumminess you are going to get. Do I think that you need to be a gourmand lover in order to enjoy this one? Absolutely. But I tell you, and the thing about the Lush body sprays is that it's supposed to be like a body spray, like a body mist kind of product, but it performs like a beast mode kind of fragrance, because when I tell you, you will spray this and this is not going anywhere until you scrub it off. I mean, this is like power beast mode, power beast mode all day long. If you've tried Lush, please let us know what your experience has been. All right, so I only have 2 more products, and these are the highest end of the ones that I'm going to share with you today. And this is from Pavonia. And this would be the body scrub and the body cream. This is, when I tell you outstanding, they are quite pricey, but this is so outstanding. The body scrub here is not a body scrub that is going to be very rough on your skin. I mean, look at this. It's like almost gone. But oh, and the scent. So this one is papaya and pineapple. And although we're not in the summer anymore, I'm going to finish these 2 because I'm not going to let them sit here until next summer. So I'm going to finish these products, but they have other, other scents and other notes. But what I want to discuss is definitely the quality of the product, what it will do for your skin. Well, this is not a very harsh body scrub. And at the beginning, I was kind of skeptical because I thought that really does not feel like it's really removing any dead skin cells or anything like that, but it definitely does. Excellent product. Very smooth. The scent is exquisite. You are going to smell like whatever notes you decided to pick up. Like this is papaya and pineapple. I will definitely smell like papaya and pineapple. And the nourishing level of both of these products together is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. All right, so those are some of the body products that I've really been enjoying in the past 6 months, and I just wanted to make sure to share that with you. Now, let's go through the process. So you either take a bath. What I like to do, I'll tell you what works for me. What I like to do is I like to take baths. I love baths. And the experience for me starts with a good bath. When I'm really like kind of stressing and stuff like that, I just take a good bath and it just makes me feel really good. So what I do is, of course, I fill my tub with hot water. I add some bath salts, and I also add some bath bombs. I absolutely love them. And there's so many that are great out there. I will be sure to leave a link for everything, in the description box of this video. But there are bath bombs, and then I just sit there and just allow myself to enjoy a moment to relax, right? Then after that, I come out and I go straight into the shower. And when I go to the shower, I will scrub my skin. I will use a scrub. And I will just use any kind of loofah. I don't like something very harsh because I don't want to strip my skin. I'm already exfoliating. So I will exfoliate, and then I will use my body wash. But the body wash and the exfoliating cream and the bath bomb and the bath salts, I really try to keep it all in sync with the notes of the fragrance that I'm going to be using for the day. So then after all of that, I come out of the shower, I dry my skin, but not too much, because I want to leave a certain level of humidity so that when I apply either a perfume oil or a body cream or body lotion or a couple of those, because at times when we're in a very, very cold weather, when we're in the winter, I typically will apply a body oil combined with like some sort of body cream. And that is just outstanding, an outstanding foundation to make your fragrance last longer for sure. Because it will lock in, once you spray that fragrance over those products that you've applied on your skin, it will lock in the scent for sure. So after that, here's what I want to say. After that, you should really just step outside of your bathroom. I never apply my fragrance in the bathroom because the bathroom has so much humidity and I don't want to interfere with the integrity of the fragrance itself. I want my perfumes to last as long as possible. So I step outside, to my room typically, and I will spray all of my body with the fragrance that I am going to use for the day. If the fragrance is beast mode, I don't spray it all over my body because then it will choke me and others around me and it will just be obnoxious. So typically I do my pulse points, but we're going to talk more about that in a minute. But after you're done with that initial spray, then you get dressed. And then as a finishing touch, here is a hack that you need to know about, which some of you I'm sure have heard of. So Vaseline, the petroleum jelly, is perfection to dab on your pulse points and anywhere you are going to apply the fragrance and that you want to make sure that it lasts as long as possible. So even if I've used layering products, I will still apply the petroleum jelly behind my ears, right here on my wrist, and behind my knees. And then I will spray the fragrance. But also let's talk about that, because some of you have continuously shared with me that, like your nose goes blind with certain fragrances, and that happens to all of us. So here's what I'm going to suggest, right? So what I find works for me is if I know that there's a fragrance that I tend to go nose blind to, as in I spray it and then after like a minute I can't smell anything, and it's not because the fragrance doesn't perform because others can smell it on me, it's because my nose goes blind. Typically when that happens, it just means that maybe you oversprayed or it's just too much, your nose can't handle it, which is fine. So here's what I would like to recommend that you try, and which I'm sure will work for you. For fragrances that you typically tend to go nose blind to, what you want to do is just spray your pulse points behind your knees and call it a day. Because here's what happens when you spray behind your ears, and some of us, spray like here. I never spray on my neck. I really don't, because that'll just dry your neck and make you age faster. But I typically will spray like in my chest area, and I will spray behind my ears because that's a pulse point. But when you do that so close to your nose, you may overwhelm your nose, and that is how you can go nose blind. So I just don't do that with fragrances that I know I tend to go nose blind to. So go ahead and give that a try and let us know how that works for you. Okay, so another hack that you need to be aware of, and it's not even a hack, for me it's like the best principles when applying fragrance is when you spray the fragrance. I see this all the time, like when I'm at Sephora or at a store and I'm trying fragrances, you will see people spray the fragrance and then like rub it in. No, don't do that, because that will just interfere with the integrity of the molecules involved, of the different, ingredients of the fragrance itself. You just want to spray wherever you're going to spray and just let it sit, let it dry on its own. There is no need to rub it or dash it or dab it or anything like that. The next one that I want to talk about is, I hear quite a number of fam members, they share with me that they've sprayed a fragrance in their hair, right? Like they'll spray not just all over their body. They ask me, do you spray your hair also? I never really spray my hair. The only time I spray my hair is when I have a product that I have purchased that is designed to be a hair spray or hair mist, right? So right now, there are quite the number of fragrance houses that have launched hair mist or hair sprays, not holding hairspray, no, but just to give your hair a scent, because spraying your hair with a specific scent is beautiful, because when you move your hair, when you walk, when you move, there's a certain trail that is left behind by hair, which is why most of us love to do that. But the thing about spraying your hair with a fragrance is that the alcohol that may be a part of the composition of a specific fragrance can damage your hair and will dry it out. So if you do that on the regular, you really want to consider not doing that unless it is a product that's designed to do so. But you don't have to go and spend on a hair mist from a specific fragrance house that you love. What you can also do is you can take your hairbrush, spray your hairbrush, and the scent will definitely, permeate and will definitely be in your hair, and you will smell yourself as you walk or you move your hair or you move your head. But at the end of the day, just make sure that you don't spray just any perfume on your hair, because it can definitely be damaging. Now, this one will be a little bit controversial, because I know that there's quite the number of fam members that just they just love to spray their clothes. Well, I've had many bad experiences when spraying a fragrance directly on my garments, because it has stained them. It has created all types of issues. And personally, I used to enjoy this in the past, but not anymore, where you spray a fragrance on your garments and then the scent is there forever. Sometimes if it's a beast mode fragrance, you'll even launder your garments and the scent will still be there. And I find that to be a little bit obnoxious, so I don't like that. So here is the hack for that. So what I tend to do now is I will take a cotton round, any type of cotton round, and I will spray the fragrance onto the cotton round. And then I will take that cotton round and insert it either inside, tuck it into my bra, yes, or I will tuck it in under a sleeve. If I'm wearing a sweater, I will tuck it in under the sleeve of the sweater, or I will put it in the pocket that I'm wearing. And that scent will definitely linger and permeate without being too much, without being excessive, and without being all over your garment. And you taking the risk of it staining it. And personally, I just really don't want my clothes to smell like the scent that I wore the day before. Because, especially when you wear fragrances on the regular, are you going to automatically wash anything? Like if you go to an event and you wear a specific gown, that gown probably doesn't need to go immediately to the laundry, right? So you want to be able to use it again without the scent just sitting there. And I also don't like to have garments that retain a scent that I had worn a previous day or previously, because when I put them in the closet, then that scent will permeate all over the closet and it'll get onto the other garments. It's just too much. So I have started to just use that hack of applying it to a cotton round, because it will still give you that scent for sure. Another thing that I want to let you know around that type of hack is that for those of you that are going to an event or you're not taking a handbag with you, for example, and you're going somewhere, so you don't have space to take like a decant or a little 10 ml spray to respray yourself, something that works very well is, again, taking a cotton round and spraying it and then inserting it into one of those tiny little Ziploc bags and seal it really well so no air comes into it. And that cotton round will retain that scent. And then whenever you're ready to reapply, the fragrance, because you're not really smelling it that much or it kind of faded because it's been a long day, you can pull the cotton round out of the Ziploc bag and then just apply it on your skin. Just smoothly touch it with your skin. and you can thank me later. That is one of the most fun hacks ever. Another incredible hack out there is the one where at times, we may reach the end of a perfume bottle. That rarely happens to me. It's just with certain fragrances that I have in my collection, but that rarely does happen to me. But if you are reaching the very end of a fragrance bottle, you may have a very hard time getting, the sprayer to actually pick up on that little tiny bit of perfume that's sitting at the bottom of your perfume bottle. So what you may want to do is take off the cap or decant it, in any kind of way, and take that little bit of perfume that's left there and combine it with an unscented lotion. Now you have the scent in a lotion and you did not waste that little bit of perfume. Now there are some common hacks that, we're all familiar with. This one I don't like to do anymore, but I did do it for quite the number of years, which is if you want your drawers to smell really beautiful, take your favorite fragrance or one of your favorite or most cherished fragrances and just, spray a little bit in one garment and just let the garment sit there with the others, and it will definitely permeate throughout the drawer and throughout the garments, and it'll just smell really, really beautiful. You can do that with your drawers. The next one is also very, very common nowadays. I think we all know that one of the key things to make sure that your fragrance does not go bad with time is to make sure that you store it in a dark, cool, dry place. You never want to store your fragrances in the bathroom, like under the sink in the cabinet or in a cabinet that you have in the bathroom. No, you never want to store your fragrance in a humid place. You want to store your fragrance in a place that is dry, that is cool, that really doesn't have temperature fluctuations, right? You don't want the fragrance to be in a very, very cold room and then the next day in a very, very hot room. No, those temperature fluctuations are not good for your fragrance. So you don't want to do that. You also want to make sure that you don't place your fragrance in a spot, whether it's in storage or because you're using it for the day. You don't want to place your fragrance in a spot where it is immediately or directly hit with like light, any type of light. Sunlight is the worst, but I would say any type of light. Typically, the fragrances behind me are pretty much behind a very, very dark type of panel. I only open it for the purposes of filming, but as soon as I'm done filming, they go back to their dark spot. And this room is obviously temperature controlled. So you want to make sure, and you don't have to get complicated. I do that because of what I do, but in your home, just make sure that you find a dark, cool, dry place to store your fragrances. This next one tends to be quite controversial for the ladies because we all love to have a beautiful perfume bottles, with an atomizer such as this. Very, very nicely done. This was sent to me as a gift from Mikalev. So thank you to the Mikalev team. I absolutely love this. But so this type of perfume bottle we all love because it looks beautiful on your vanity, on your dresser. It's just a joy to look at. But here's the thing, you want to make sure that you keep your perfume in its original bottle because when you decant the fragrance and you put it in a bottle such as this, look at how easily I took that off. If you try to remove the cap of your perfume bottle, I assure you it will not be that easy. And if it's that easy, then there's a problem. There is a defect because typically they're pressurized and you just can't take them off easily whatsoever because that keeps the scent, the juice itself sealed in there, making sure that it lasts as long as possible for you. So you, for the most part, if I'm going to use a beautiful bottle like this, I will decant a small amount, maybe no more than 10 ml, and I will definitely have it in this bottle and I'll be sure to use the fragrance as soon as possible. The next thing is, I have had fam members, especially when it comes to affordable Middle Eastern fragrances, tell me that they shake their perfume bottle. And I typically tell them not to shake their perfume. That is not a good idea. Unless, and here I have an example for you. So this is Musk Berry from Moresque. And as you can see, look at the color of the fragrance right now. It's like a light gray, light burgundy kind of color, right? Well, this is a fragrance that if you look at the base, It does have like a white liquid because it's designed for you to shake it. And once you shake it, look at what happened to the color. Do you see that? So this is the type of fragrance that's designed for you to shake it. They have done whatever magic it is that they've done in the lab, and they have made sure that when you shake this fragrance, it does not lose part of its integrity, right? It does not impact the juice in a negative way. But if you take a fragrance that's not designed for that, and you just shake it every time you're going to use it, or any fragrance, that is not a good idea. And it's not a good idea because it will affect the integrity of the juice for sure. With time, the molecules will start to break down and you will start to see differences. You will start to smell differences in the scent, which is typically how you can tell when a perfume is going off, when it's just not working as it should or not sniffing as it should. Anyway, so please make sure not to shake your perfume bottle. So those are the hacks that I had for you today. But before we leave, just let me know if you're interested in this type of video, and I will keep making. I have so much to discuss around this topic and around scented products. I will tell you that one product that I'm just going to share it with you because I am absolutely in love with this. This was a total surprise to me. I didn't even know that they did that, but I am totally in love right now with a scented, like a home scent spray from Epico. And this one is called Midnight. And look at this gorgeous bottle. So I just picked this up maybe about 4 months ago. And I picked it up because I thought that it was a fragrance. I ordered another fragrance and then I picked this one up. And when it got to my home, I realized, oh, this is a home spray. But I am so glad that I did because the scent is a vanilla, but vanilla in a beautiful way. It's not a vanilla that smells like you're making cake or you're baking at home or anything like that. I don't know what they've done. And this is one of their top sellers. And I did not know any of this. So I just wanted to share that with you. But anyway, I hope that this was enjoyable for you. If you have any other questions, you know where to find me. There are so many other, not necessarily hacks, but I can speak to so many other experiences that I've had with fragrances throughout the years and to so many other products. So let me know if you have any questions. And as always, thank you so much for hanging with me today. And I will see you all in the next video.